Okay. Good morning, all. Let's find a nice tall spine. I'm going to talk a little bit about our spine today. So today's we're going to work on some strength, stability, flexibility, and especially in our lower body today. So that is what is most helpful to keep our low body strong and flexible for any kind of fall prevention or stability, right? And falling can happen at any age, and it just happens. We never intend to fall, but as we keep our body stronger, the likelihood of catching ourselves and also not injuring ourselves is greater. So thank you for being here today. Applaud yourself for being on your chairs today. Good. And then we're just going to start with a gentle, tall spine. And let's just start to move around. Just move your body, shake your head, blink your eyes. Yes, our body needs to move. It's designed to move in any way we can. Yeah. And also when we move, it helps us to settle more deeply, helps us to meditate more deeply. Yeah, good. Shake it out. Again, take inventory. How are you feeling today? Particularly good. Maybe it's why am I so stiff today? Why do I feel like I got hit by a truck yesterday? What's that all about? And things are always changing, including our body daily. Yeah. Let's relax now. Let's bring our hands up on our lap. Again, find that nice tall spine so the heart is just gently lifted. We're not over exaggerating. And to find that spine, that tall spine, just gently push down into your feet and then see if you can try to touch the top of your head to the ceiling. Yeah. And then relax, keeping that nice tall spine. Yeah. More so than hunching forward. Yeah, that's shoulders back a little bit, but relaxed. So let's sit comfortably now and easily. And let's just float our eyes closed. Take inventory of how your body is feeling today. Toes to head. Yeah, good. And then begin to breathe in through your nose. Nice long, deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth with a big, long as you can, sigh. See how your body feels as you exhale. Again, breathe in, nice long, deep breath. Pause the breath and exhale. And one more big breath in, maybe a little more. And exhale it out. Now we're just going to do a 5 to 5 count breath here. Yeah. So first we're going to bring a little smile to our face. And then we'll do a few together. So breathe in through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently hold the breath for as comfortably long as you can. More, maybe 5. And then slowly breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. So taking the tension out of the breath, continue on. Just breathing in, maybe for the count of 5, maybe 4. Hold the breath at the top, but keep the smile on your face. Remain comfortable holding your breath. And then simply breathe out slowly and fully as you exhale, nice and slow. And as you do this, continue on. Just observe how your body feels when you take in that inhale breath. Feels like it gets a little more tense, right? A little more energy. Holding the breath. See if you can relax your shoulders as you're holding your breath. And then breathing out. And just see how your body feels as you slowly exhale. Squeeze out all the toxic air. Let's just do 2 more at your own pace. You know, we see these shows where people are holding their breath for a minute or 2, and it's just because they're allowing themselves to completely relax. That will help you to hold that breath longer if you don't tense up. Yeah. But just playing around with that as well. Yeah, so this breath helps us to get rid of the negative, any negative things, negativity, fear, grief, judgment. And you have this tool available to yourself every day. You don't have to just sit and wait for yoga class, which is always good. Just doing this breath on your own. So simple. Just breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold. Next exhale breath, just relax the breath now. Again, feel the body. Just notice how you feel in your body, in your head, your mind. Notice if you were able to settle down just a little bit. Yeah. All right, and then either fluttering the eyes open slowly, or you can keep them gently closed. We're just going to warm up a little bit. Good. So again, if you lost that gentle tall spine, find it back again. And using Ujjayi breath now, which is that slight restriction of the back of your throat. On an inhale breath, you're going to slowly turn your head over to the left. Yeah, chin is staying parallel to the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. And you're just turning slowly and breathing Ujjayi breath. And relaxing into this twist. Enjoy the stretch. Notice a restriction on the left side of your neck and an expansion on the right side of your neck. Next time you inhale, see if you can turn a little bit more. Smile stays on the face. Next time you exhale, relax and slowly float your head back forward. Take a couple Ujjayi breaths here, just breathing in and out. That slight restriction of the back of your throat, almost like you want to do a soft snore. On your next inhale breath, slowly turn your head over to the right now. Yeah, notice the difference between the left and the right, if any. Find that slow, deep Ujjayi breath. Find that smile. On your next inhale breath, see if you can turn just a little bit more. And as you exhale, relax and slowly bring the head, just float it back forward. Good. Now on an inhale breath, slowly lift the chin up. Keep the back of the neck long, but just lift up the head slightly. Yeah. And it's nice to have your eyes closed here. You can feel a little deeper how your neck feels today. Opening up the energy centers in the thyroid, parathyroid, thymus gland. That's going to help you keep that immune system boosted, which we completely need always, but particularly now. And then on an exhale breath, relax the head. Let it slowly float down as the chin comes all the way down towards the chest. Relax the shoulders gently back. Find that Ujjayi breath. Allow the smile to continue to be on your face, as if that's just your normal look. Smile. A couple of head rolls here. So on an inhale breath, slowly float your head over to the left. And then up and back and right forward. And just picturing your head floating through the space around you. Notice how your neck is feeling today. As we do neck rolls help us to go deeper into rest. Yeah, so we just get all those kinks out. Attaches our head, our mind, right? If we think that our mind is in our head, to the rest of our body. But our mind is all around us. Next time the head comes forward, pause and just reverse. Slowly do some circles, continuing with that Ujjayi breath. Just enjoying this moment, enjoying being here, enjoying this day, brand new day. And the next time that your head comes forward, pause and press down into your feet. Slowly lift the chin and the head. Relax the body. A couple Ujjayi breaths here. Our breath dictates our emotions. And we tend to do the opposite. We let our emotions dictate our breath. Let's switch that today. All right. When you're ready, if you feel ready, just gently slit your eyes open. And then slowly, fully open your eyes. Yeah. Such good yoga, right? My teacher calls this band breath, awareness, and grace. That's what we're doing today. Just moving with awareness and grace. Good. Relax the arms down alongside the body. On an inhale breath, press down into your feet. Lift your shoulders up and in. Shoulders are smiling. Hopefully you're still smiling with your mouth, whole body, all your cells. And then exhale it out. And then inhale with that Ujjayi breath. Hold, hold, keep holding. And exhale. Good. Relax the shoulders, just wiggle them out. Good. Bringing your palms forward here on an inhale breath. Just start to bend your elbows as your arms float up. I'm just going to come into a little cactus pose here. Yeah. Good. And just see how your shoulders are feeling this morning. Reaching your upper arms back. Yeah. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Get a big breath in. Exhale it out and relax. It's available to you. Start to move your hands towards the back of your head. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you can interlace your fingers behind your head or just hold on with your fingertips. Yeah. Wherever you're comfortable. Good. And gently pressing your head into your hands and your hands into your head. And elbows are stretching back. Yeah, feeling the heart gently lifting. And a nice stretch here. And then keeping your hands where they are, just relax the head into the hands. We're simply going to look over to the right with your eyeballs. Nothing else is moving. And keep looking. Just normal breath here. Looking a little further over to the right. This helps get that large vagus nerve of ours to connect from our brain to our internal functions, our internal bodily functions. At some point you might feel like you need to yawn or sigh. That's normal, that's good, it's working. And it's still working even if you don't. And exhale, slowly bring your eyeballs back forward. And then slowly look over to the left, twist with your eyeballs. Again, find your breath. This is really nice to do if you're laying down on your back. Put your hands behind your head and gaze over to the side. Yeah, and it's a little easier to do if you're laying down. Yeah. Look over a little bit more. And then bring your eyeballs back forward. Good. Relax the body, relax the shoulders. Very slowly, let your hands start to float away from your head. And let your arms float down. And relax your arms down. Good. And just gently shake head, arms, hands, shoulders. Good. All right, and let's just do a few shoulder rolls. So lifting the shoulders up and back. Find that Ujjayi companion of yours. Melt the shoulders back, down, and forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, so we're gonna come down into our feet, and I wanna have you see my feet. We're gonna work on a little what's called dorsiflexion. Right, so this is the beginning of getting into so you can see my feet here, this side. All right, so one of the main things, this dorsiflexion which is the flexion right in front of your ankles here. And that has been linked when we lose that flexibility in this flexion. It has been linked to one of the major reasons why there's an increase in falls as we get older, right? So we're gonna pay attention to that a little today. All right, and so we're gonna simply just lift your toes up towards your knees. And you feel that flexion in that front ankle. Yeah, and breathe. Continuing to breathe, and then relax the feet down. Good. Again, we're gonna lift, press into your heels as you lift your toes as high as you can. Might be feeling really challenging. Yeah. Lift them up a little higher and relax. Let's just lift our heels up to get a little opposing stretch there and relax down. Good. And let's bring our legs a little wider apart, just a little bit. And now again, lift those toes. Lift, lift, lift. This is something so easy that you can practice as you're sitting and watching TV or talking to somebody. Lift them up a little higher. Up a higher, higher, higher. Give it your 100%. And relax the toes down. And let's just lift those heels up, come onto the tiptoes, and relax down. Small, tiny little movement, but so powerful. You'll toe your feet back to that hip distance apart there. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna bring our legs a little bit even further apart, but not too far, just a little further. Good. I'm gonna do some hip circles here, just to get into our hips. Good. So finding a nice lifted heart, take a breath in. As you exhale, press your body forward, keep a straight spine, yeah. And then you can move over to the right and back. So let's just tap into that Ujjayi breath, breath to movement. Smile on the face. Feel free to close your eyes whenever you like. Yeah. Maybe small circles, maybe they get a little bit bigger. Next time you come forward, pause and reverse. And just feel our body moving through space. There's space all around us. Helps us to tap into the fact that we're part of the whole, this whole universe, whole mankind. We're all part part of this masterpiece. Yeah, each one of us as important as the other. Good. And the next time that you come forward, let's just pause here and then slowly press into your feet as you float the body up. Good. So just keeping your legs just a little bit comfortably wide apart. We're going to take our right hand onto our left thigh. Relax the left arm down. Lift the heart, get a nice tall spine. Square your shoulders to the front of the room. So if you're here to get your hand on your thigh, then bring your legs in a little bit so that you can have your shoulders squared to the front of the room. Yeah, good. And turning the palm out, that left palm, you can just gently hold on to this the left thigh, and inhale, slowly float the arm up. And relax, halfway through, relax that shoulder. And then see if you can lift up a little bit higher. As if you have a little string on your wrist and somebody's pulling your hand up towards the ceiling. Yeah, if your arm is up. Yeah, you can remain here if that's more comfortable on your shoulder. Take a breath in. As you exhale, stretch long, and then just lean over. Look underneath your arm. Find your breath, that Ujjayi breath. Yeah. And the more challenging the pose comes to you, the deeper the breath. Smile goes back on the face, reminding you to enjoy this moment. Each moment is a gift. And inhale, slowly come back up, and exhale, float the arm down. Good. Now we're just going to come back to center. Press down into your feet, lift the top of your head up, get a realignment in your spine. Exhale, relax. Good. Let's take that left hand across the right thigh, right hand down and palm out. Good. And then again, slowly start to float the arm up. Try to relax the arm as it floats up. When you start to feel tension, if you do, in your shoulder, pause there. See if you can relax the shoulder. And then with Ujjayi breath, continue on just to your edge. So either cactus or arm up. String around that wrist is pulling your hand up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Stretch tall as you exhale. Get tall, tall, tall. And then just lean over. Find your breath here. Maybe turn your head. That helps us to get that arm in better alignment with the spine. And breathe. Slow breaths. And then inhale, slowly come back up. And exhale, just allow that arm to gracefully float through space down to the floor. Good. And come back to center. Good. Nice. All right, press down into your feet. Try to touch the ceiling with the top of your head. Get a nice tall spine, and then relax that tall spine. Heel toe your feet back to about hip distance apart. Good. Coming into, again, a little spinal flexion here with cat-cow. So inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin, look up, reach the shoulders back. Yeah, the things happening here. So pay attention to each thing that's happening. Hands slide up to the top of your thighs, right? Your elbows reaching back, your heart lifted, chin lifted. And then exhale, relax the body, hands start to slide forward. Drop the head. Yeah. And if it feels okay on your spine, just a gentle little rounding of the spine here. Good. And then inhale slowly one more time. Cow pose, slide the hands up, reach the elbows back, lift the heart, look up. And then exhale, come into your cat pose, dropping maybe just the head, especially if you have spinal issues. Yeah, osteoporosis or disc problems, you can just drop the head, yeah, or round the back. Breathe. Nice long, slow, deep breaths. Ujjayi. Just enjoying this stretch of the spine. Good. And And inhale, slowly come back up. We're coming into a forward fold here. So again, keeping the spine tall here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, glide your belly forward. Start to just drop your body forward. Again, with a nice tall spine. And just maybe rest your belly onto your thighs. Maybe your chest rests onto up your thighs as well, maybe not. Looking down at the floor. Good, take a nice breath in, find your Ujjayi breath. And as you exhale, relax the top of your head. If it feels okay, the pressure feels okay, you can drop the top of your head towards the floor as well. Feel free, if it's in your practice, to slide your hands down your lower legs and bring your fingers to your shoes, only if that's in your practice. Yeah. These forward bends help us to also get rid of that fear, that anxiety, getting blood to the brain. And then pressing down into your feet with a nice flat spine. Keep your head down as the body floats up, wherever the head was. And then once the body's up, then lift the head back up. Good. And wiggle it out. All right, so we're going to practice. This is part of our lower body strengthening, is sitting and standing. So one of the things that is really important in standing, a lot of times if standing is difficult for us, it's because we're either leading with our chest, we're not using maybe our feet, so many things, right? So it's important to keep our spine in neutral as we're standing. So bringing the back of your hand, either one, to your back here, just so that you can feel your spine right behind your waist here. Good. Now I want you to push your spine forward and feel that arch. That's what we don't want when we're standing. And we don't want the converse either. Push your spine into your hands. We don't want your spine around it either. Here, I'm going to do that, right? What we want to do, I want you to feel that. So feel, again, lift up and curve that spine and feel that this is where your spine is not going to get happy, right? Too much pressure. And then if we round. So now I want you to just find that neutral place where the spine feels almost like it's straight. There's a natural tiny curve in that lumbar spine, but we want it to be sort of flat, right? Not this way, not this way. We want it flat. All right, and that's how we're gonna stand. So with that nice, and we're scooted to the front of our chair, that nice flat spine, we're gonna lean forward just a little bit. Good. We're gonna press into our heels, and we're gonna attempt to not use your hands, right? But if you need to use your hands to press down a little bit into your thighs here, but we don't wanna use that. We wanna use our feet and the momentum, right? So pressing down into your heels. See if you can just come to a nice graceful stand. Just cut off my head. Right, and now we're gonna sit back down. Same way, we're gonna lean forward, get that neutral spine. This is really easy here to get that curve in the spine, and we just want a flat spine. Yeah, good. So we're gonna just go back down to our seat, right? So again, trying not to use your hands, pressing into your heels, leaning forward. See if you can just gently float down. Yeah. Also being mindful that the knees aren't caving in when we're standing either. So maybe knees a little bit wider apart. Find that flat spine. And to find it, you can overarch and round and then come to the center. Lean forward just to where it feels good. See if you can relax your hands down alongside your legs and press into your heels as you stand. Breath in. As you exhale, keep the thighs moving out, lean forward, press into the heels to sit. Good. So practicing that each day is really helpful. All right. So we're going to now make our way to a stand and do some poses, unless you want to stay in your chairs today. And even if standing up is challenging for you, just doing that same thing and just making the intention to stand will get that lower body straight because you can feel everything engaging, even making the intention to stand, right? That's good work as well. All right, so let's all find our stand and with awareness. Yeah, and coming to the back of our chair. Good. Who'd have thought just sitting and standing? But that is an indication of our strength and how much strength that we have in our lower body. So if you can do that easily, good. If you can't, that's okay too. We're working on that. All right, so let's just find ourselves shaking. Let's shake it off, shake and move. Yeah. And just wiggling the body, shaking the head. Let's just get however you want to get here. Maybe opposite arm. I'm going to just draw this over here. Opposite arm, opposite leg kicking as you're shaking your hands. Good. Yeah. Getting crazy. It's like a wet dog. When anybody had a dog and they got wet, they just keep shaking it off, right? Yeah. And then come back to center. Good. Toes are forward, so looking down at our toes. It's just sometimes naturally we think, well, my toes are forward. And sometimes I see people standing like this and I'm like, toes forward. And they're like, they are forward. And I'm like, now look down. Oh no, they're not forward. So as much as is comfortable, toes forward. Good. And then let's press down into our feet and reach our shoulders up and in again. Get as tall as we can in that spine. Tuck your tailbone just slightly. Yeah, and exhale, relax it out. Good. Now just a little bit of movement again. We're just gonna come to a march. So either just lifting the heels, or if it feels okay on your body, to lift the knees as well. Yeah, good. And then maybe slowing it down and lifting the knees a little higher. Your chair here, you can hold on to the chair as you march to, not using your, let's see, opposite arm, opposite hand. Good. Yeah, good. And then let's make it a little shorter march, and maybe bring the legs a little wider apart. So marching side to side, opening up our hips a little bit. Good. Continuing with that Ujjayi breath. Smile on the face. That Ujjayi just brings a smile to the face naturally, I think. Yeah. And then coming back in. Good. And come to stand. Good. Ha. Looking down at the toes. Toes are forward. Knees are about hip distance. Late feet are about hip distance apart. Stack those joints. Good. And then we're going to inhale, reach the shoulders up and roll them back and down. Good. On an inhale breath, we're going to reach the right arm forward. Good. We're going to flip the palm up. We're going to reach the fingers up. We're going to take the left hand and stretch those fingers back towards your shoulder. Just getting into our hands just a little bit. Good. Breathe. It's a good time to just focus on that Ujjayi breath. Relax the fingers down, press into the top of the hand, and reach those fingers back towards your body. Yeah, and just feel that top of the hand stretch. And then other side, so stretching your now left fingers back and down. Maybe put that hand onto the top, your right hand onto the top of your left, and just guide it towards your body. Good. And shake it out. Good. Relax the arms. We're going to, on an inhale breath, float your arms out to a T. Good. We're going to flip the palms up now, so feel the shoulders roll back. Good. We're going to bring the hands to our shoulders. Good. And then we're going to drop the shoulders, elbows down. We're going to reach the arms forward, the elbows forward. Lift them up towards the sky. Roll them back. So just do these circles to your comfort level. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Toes are gently pressing into the floor. Inhaling up and back. Good. Relax the elbows down now. Reach the elbows back and up. And elbows forward and down. up and forward and down. Good. And relax. Good. Shake it out. Good. All right. Coming to a little bit wider stance here. Let's bring our toes now on an angle. Good. But just find yourself landing where it's comfortable for you. And then start to wiggle the hips. You can bring your hands onto your hips. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then come back to center here. Bringing your hands onto your thighs now, guiding your thighs back as the knees bend. Right? This is really good for that low body strength here. Now, if you feel like this is not feeling well, just adjust, right? Either don't bend the knees as much or either straighten the knees. Maybe a wider stance might feel better, maybe not. So just play around with adjusting your goddess legs here. Sometimes scooting your heels forward and helps to stack those knees above the heels. Yeah. And now give it a little side to side here. Yeah. Again, making sure that you have that neutral spine, that your chest is not poking forward, that you have that nice neutral spine. Good. And then come to center here. Good. And then reaching the arms out to a T and bending at the elbows, finding ourselves in goddess pose. Yes, if your chair is in front of you, feel free to hold on to the chair. You're feeling a little precarious here. Press down into your toes. Good. And find your Ujjayi breath. It's a very challenging pose, but incredible for that lower body strengthening. Smile on the face. All right, and on your next inhale breath, see if you can float your right heel up off the floor and bring it down. If you need to hold on to the chair, that's fine. And then lifting the left heel maybe. And the right heel, maybe a little higher. And left heel, maybe a little higher. And down. Now either right and left again, or maybe we want to press into your toes a little bit and lift both heels up just a tick off the floor. Find yourself balancing, glute muscles are engaged. Smile on the face. Yeah, feel free to hold on to that chair. You need your balance, but just playing around with this for 2 and 1. Relax. Relax the arms down. Press into your toes to slowly, ever so slowly, straighten the knees. It was a couple breaths, right, that it took to straighten the knees. We're going to rotate your left toes in and your right toes in. We're going to heel toe, feet back to hip distance apart. Shake it out. Nice. All right. Coming into a little bit of a back leg stretch here, or hamstrings. Good. So let's just shake it out. Shake out anything that you picked up there. Good. All right, so you have your chair in front of you here. We're going to come into what's called a pyramid pose. So you're going to slide your left leg. We'll start with your left leg. You're just going to slide it back. So it's just behind, but toes are forward. Good. All right. And then hands onto the hips. Being mindful if you have your chair in front of you, we're going to be coming forward. So just make sure you don't hit your forehead on the back of your chair. All right, so just find a nice tall spine here. Yeah, even lift your heart up slightly. Good. Keeping your fingertips actually right on these hip bones here so that they stay nice and even. Good. Take a big breath in. Lift the chin. As you exhale, start to slide your hips back a little bit and then start to, with a straight spine, just bring your upper body forward, wherever it lands. Yeah, looking down at the floor, here, good. And take another big breath in and exhale. See if you can come a little bit further, sliding your hips back. Right, feeling that stretch. Good. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, see if you can drop your right hip and lift your left hip up just slightly. We want a nice flat back there. And so just find your place. If you're sitting, you're just leaning forward, just like this half forward fold. And breathe. A tiny little micro bend, but mostly the legs are pretty straight, but there's a micro bend in the knees. Yeah. And now on your next inhale breath, press down into your hips as if you want to reach your hips back. So really press down into the hips, and with a flat spine, slowly bring your upper body back up. Yeah, nice, good. Relax the hands down, good. Leaning forward just slightly on an inhale breath, bring that right foot up, yeah. That left foot rather, yeah. Wiggle it out. Same thing on the other side now. So we're just gonna take the right foot, the opposite foot, and step it back, good. So you see that we're not on a tightrope here, because that's very precarious. Right feet are about that hip distance apart, but just the right foot is back, toes forward, hands on hips. So just wiggling the hips just a little bit to keep the hips nice and straight forward. Good. Fingers resting on those hip bones there, or your waist. Good. Take a big breath and lift the heart. As you exhale, glide your hips back as the body starts to come forward, as if you're just folding yourself in half. Good. Tiny little micro bend, especially in that front knee. Don't want to hyperextend. Now, tendency here is for that left hip to have dropped down. So on an inhale breath, see if you can lift the left hip up and drop the right hip down. Yeah, just flattening out that sacrum, and find your breath here. Nice big Ujjayi breath. And then now on your next inhale breath, press down into your hips to slowly float the body back up, ever so slowly. That's how we don't get injured, as we go slow. Yeah, good. And then on an inhale breath, simply bring that back foot, right foot back to the left. Good. And let's just kick it out, shake out those hands. Yeah, good. Move the arms forward and back. Good. Maybe cross over. Yeah. All right. So for this one, we're going to definitely have our chair handy here. Just coming to the right side of the chair here. So we're going to work on that dorsiflexion a little bit again, but standing here if you are standing. If you're seated, same thing. We're going to just lift those toes up, right? So we're going to start with having our hands onto the chairs, feet forward, toes forward. Good. And see if you can lift your toes up and just balance on the heels. Again, that is it's a scary place to be, because we feel like we're gonna fall back, right? So your body is adjusting to keep upright even though those toes are lifted. Strengthening that front ankle. And breathe. 3, 2, and 1. And relax those toes down. Good. Wiggle out the hips a little bit. All right. So the second phase of this, again, is holding onto the chair. Good. And then again, we're gonna just bring the weight into the heels, lift the toes, right? But we're not having our whole body go back, right? We're keeping the body upright, nice and straight. Good. And now see if you can maybe just bring a finger to the chair. Yeah. So just sort of lightening up on this chair here. And that's now the body's really having to work to stabilize you, because it's like, this does not feel right. Yeah. Again, this is one of the most challenging balance disruptions in our body, is having our toes lifted like this. Yeah. And then relax. Good. And let's just shake it out. Wiggle out the feet a little bit. Good. So just practicing that. Again, if you think of it as this is the most major challenging balance disruption in our body. So if we can get this down, we can practice this, we're good. We're really going to help that balance. Good. And finally, either going to just lift the toes again. Yeah, good. And if it's available to you, just marching side to side on the heels of the feet. Yeah, see how that feels. So a lot going on, right? This is just feeling a little precarious to us, but it's like slowly and staying in the moment and keeping your balance. Yeah, good. We got that? All right. And at some point, we'll work on doing that, not holding on, but not for now, because that is so challenging. Let's shake it out. Good. All right. So we're going to make our way back to the front of our chair. And so since we're working on this low body strengthening, we're going to do our chair pose here. So we're going to look to sit down in our chair, but we're not going to quite sit all the way down, right? We do this all the time. All right, so toes are forward. Good. Get that nice neutral spine, right? So do the arch and the back, and then find that neutral spine. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, start to send your hips back. Keep those thighs moving out so your knees aren't caving in. Yeah, good. You can even press into bring your hands to your thighs and press into your thighs. Good. All right. Now, keeping that nice flat spine, see if you can just lift your chin. Good. Feel that strength happening, especially on the legs when we're pressing out. Yeah, because our tendency is to cave in here. Good. And now see if you can relax and maybe bring one arm forward and the other arm forward. And if that feels like too much, just bring your hands back to your thighs. Here, pressing gently out into your thighs. Yeah. And breathe. Good. Maybe even looking up slightly. For 2. Glutes are squeezing. Thighs are squeezing out. Yeah. Good. And as you exhale, relax the arms down, look down at the floor. Good. And let's just see if we can either slowly reach our hips a little bit further back. Feel free to grab onto the front of the chair here and just let your hips just softly float onto your chair. Good. That gets the heart beating every time, right? We're having to send blood to these big muscles. So close your eyes, let your heart rate just slow down. Find your slow Ujjayi breath. Good. And then floating the eyes open again. Yeah, nice challenge here. Let's just take the toes out to the side and bring them in and out to the side. I know you can't see my toes here. Bring them in, out to the side and in. Good. Nice tall spine. Those knees are about 2 fist distances apart. Toes are forward. Take a nice big breath in. Lift the heart. As you exhale, just float the body halfway forward. Grab onto the back of your right knee. Good. And on an inhale breath, lift the body back up. Good. So you're interlaced behind your right knee. And then on an inhale breath, see if you can just hug your thigh into your belly. Good. Keep that nice straight spine. Don't let the spine roll forward. Keep the shoulders gently back. And let's just give our feet some love. They did a lot of work today. Just making slow circles with that right foot. If this is too much to be holding on, you can drop your toe and just move the heel side to side and then reverse that circle. Good. And now relax the lower leg, just let it rock forward and back. And we're gonna just come into a little hip opener here. So guiding this leg to the outside of this right thigh. And if this is feeling like too much with your knee up here, you're gonna cross at your ankles. So find your legs wherever you like to be. Good. And then bringing the hands onto that lower leg. Inhale, lift the chest. Nice tall spine. And maybe for many of us, this is enough of a stretch in this right hip, right? Maybe lifting the toes up. That gives you a little bit more stretch in the right hip. If you're crossed at your ankles, that leg is just moving forward, and you might want to scoot forward to give that leg some room to open up a little bit. Yeah, good. Find your legs here. Good. So we're just looking for a gentle stretch in this right leg. So if you're here and you're feeling a stretch and it's feeling like you can fully Ujjayi breathe and it's enough of a stretch, you remain here. Want to take it a little further. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep that spine straight as you lean forward, as if it's a plank of wood, your spine. Yeah, we're not rounding. And breathe. We round, it makes it easier, yeah, on our hip, but not on our back. And then maybe eventually looking down at the floor. Close your eyes. Find 2 slow Ujjayi breaths. That slight restriction of the back of your throat so you can hear your breath in your head. Each time you exhale, ask yourself, what can I soften? My shoulders, my hands, my arms, my hip. Just enjoy this moment. Enjoy the stretch, right? On the next inhale breath, press down into your left foot, and with a nice flat back, bring the body back up. Good. And uncross here. Good. And wiggle out the shoulders. Good. And then coming to the other side, same thing. So a nice tall spine, breath in. Exhale, press your belly forward as your nice straight spine leans forward. Clasp behind the left knee now. Press into the feet, bring the body back up. On an inhale breath, see if you can hug that thigh into your belly. If that's not the case, you can keep the toe on the floor. Yeah, if you're up here, just 3 circles in both directions, nice and slow. If you're on your toe on the floor, just rock your foot side to side. Giving your foot a nice stretch. Spine is tall, chest is lifted, shoulders back. Reverse if you haven't already. With that foot. Good. Now here, relax that lower leg. Good. And then either guide it over that right thigh. And if this leg is caving in because of the weight of this leg, or it's not comfortable, you just slide and cross your legs. And again, you're scooted forward in your chair so you have some opening for this left hip. Yeah, good. So wherever you are, if you're up here and you want a little more stretch, lift the toe, hands rest onto the upper leg. Lift the chest. Just by lifting that chest up a little bit, you feel that stretch in that left hip. You want to take it further on an exhale breath with a tall spine. Keep looking forward. Lean forward till you find your perfect challenge of a stretch. And then look down at the floor. And find your breath. Long, slow Ujjayi breath. Each time you exhale, ask yourself, what am I gripping? Can I relax my shoulders, my fingers? Smile on the face. On your next inhale breath, press into your standing right foot now to float that nice straight spine up. Good. And then just find yourself uncrossing here. Good. And while scooted forward in our chair, relax your arms down. Glide your arms easily back. Stretch those shoulder blades together on your back. Grab onto the back of your chair. Take a nice big breath in. Breathe out. Yeah. Lift the chin up. Open up that whole front body, front spine, heart, your thymus, thyroid glands, lymph glands underneath your arms. And as you exhale, just let the head float down. Relax the weight of your body forward as you're holding on back there. Couple Ujjayi, soft Ujjayi breaths now. Now on an inhale breath, just let the head float back up. Good. And just let go of what you're holding on to back there and relax the arms down. Good. And finding ourselves into Shavasana now. So if you're seated, leaning the body forward and scooting your hips to the very back of your chair. Yeah, palms up on the lap, hands up towards the top of the thighs, relaxing the shoulders. Feel free to lay down in Shavasana. Grab something to put on you. If you're chilly, even if you're not chilly, sometimes I recommend it because as we go into relaxation, the body temperature starts to drop a little bit. Yeah, good. All right, and take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, exhale through the mouth with a sigh as your eyes float closed. Coming into final relaxation. Most important pose of the hour. When we relax in Shavasana, it helps all the good that we did in our body to get to a deeper cellular level. So if you ever have to leave early during a class, stop what you're doing and take at least 2 or 3 minutes to find your Shavasana. So let's take a nice long deep breath in through the nose. Pause the breath at the top. Feel the tension in the body. And then slowly exhale out the nose. And as you exhale, just notice the body relaxing from head to shoulders, the hips to legs, feet. Let's do that one more time. Take a nice big breath in. All the way, give it your 100%. Hold the breath at the top, but relax. And finally, when you need to let go, slowly exhale through the nose as the body, head relaxes, the neck, the shoulders, the back, hips, legs, feet, fingers. A little smile to your face. Relax the breath. Relax the body. Just for the next couple of minutes, let's just be here. Nothing else to do right now, no place else to be but here. Again, take a nice breath in and breathe out. And now, just enjoying this moment for the next 2 minutes. You may notice sounds around you. Become aware of them. Just let them be. Be in harmony with your environment. Nothing can shake you. Whole body's relaxed now. Bring your awareness to your mind. Any thoughts that might be happening. When is this going to end? What am I going to do next? Just let those thoughts expand. Make them big. Let them expand out into all 4 corners of the room. Just be in harmony with your thoughts. bring your awareness to how you feel. And feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. If you wish to come back into the space, let's take a nice, long, gentle breath in through the nose and let it go out the mouth. Imagining exhaling any last bits of tension that you might be deciding to hold on to. Again, a nice big breath in and let go. Slowly begin to come back into the body, wiggling toes and fingers, swaying body side to side. Maybe noticing again those soft sounds around you. You're laying down, gently make your way up to a seat. Floating your hands into prayer position, Anjali Mudra, resting your thumbs onto your heart. Let's take a nice big breath in. Hold the breath at the top. And slowly breathe out the nose and allow the forehead to just fall towards the fingertips, relaxing your head forward. And closing practice today with this. Often, when you think you are at the end of something, you are at the beginning of something else. Mr. Rogers. Let's be at the beginning of a great day today. When you're feeling ready, just slit your eyes open. Crack them open, let the light in slowly. And then slowly lift the head. Thank you all for coming and taking care of yourself today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.